Hi everybody, I'm here again with this month's pickle pack. I'm not sure if you can see because it looks like the flag. That's better, isn't it? Is that better? Can everyone see me? I need to check before I begin if I'm actually live or not. Am I live? I don't know. The joys of Facebook Lives. Let's see now if I can see myself. Yes, there I am. I found me. So, I just need to turn the sound down so that you can't hear me twice. There we go. Hi, yeah, hi Laura. Hi Patch. So I'm here with this month's pickle pack, spells and potions. It's for Halloween because it's Halloween at the end of this month, and it's full of sort of gothic Halloweenish type things, which I'm sure you've seen pictures of, but I'm going to show you more closely. So it comes in a black box this time. Yours will probably have a pretty ribbon on it. I haven't put it on this one. So inside the box, I'm just going to move the lid somewhere safe. There's a little card of mine. We've got black tissue paper this time because it is Halloween, so we change from the purple to black. Sorry, all the rustling. And this is what you get inside. So first of all, we've got some journaling cards. Now these may differ from pack to pack. I'm just trying to make sure that I can see all your comments. It's always like a problem. Let's get it on the screen better. Oh wow, that's big. I'm just trying to make sure that the comments come up. Okay. Hi guys. Yeah, so there'll be some journaling cards. Now these may differ from pack to pack, but you'll get a couple of those large ones and they'll all be sort of Halloween related. As well as those, you'll be getting some of these, and they're called peekaboos. Sorry if that's glaring on the screen. Sorry. I'm going to open these for you and show you what they are. Peekaboos are literally like an acetate type thing, and they overlay onto paper or photographs or things. I love this vintage sort of gothic look. And there's I wonder if you wonder. Very cryptic. And there's a frame. And there's a lady. There's a little house. And it's just really generally some like a gothic frame there with some birdies. And that's again a big sort of, I really like these. I love the fonts and the lettering and stuff. There's a pack of those. We have some black bramble fox. I can't see your comments. It drives me mad, but I can't. Some black bramble fox, and they say unique and original. And we also have some more chipboard, a twiggy, and some little pack of 3 pumpkins there. These are kind of cute with all the little swirlies on. We also have some like webby looking trim things, and I can show you something I've made with that another time. It's great for sort of looking like webs and things. And we've got some black pom-pom drip. There. Again with the mulberry flowers, we've got some cream and purple this time to go with the papers. And we've got some of this. Let me just shake it up. It's glimmer paint, and it's like a glaze. You can put it onto pretty much anything, and it's glittery and shiny. I painted a pumpkin with it earlier, one of the pumpkins out of the pack, and that's what it looks like in there, glittery. We'll go through this stuff in here last. We've got some simple stories, spellbound stickers with some potion bottles, potion labels and little spooky cats, all Halloweenish. Then we have the papers, which is some Halloween like journaling, well, not journaling tags, but you know, tags and things. Trick and treat, the witch is in. I want that outside my house. And then we've got some more papers. These are like really vintage looking, sort of creepy patterns. This is my favourite of all papers. The purple black lace. Love that one. And the other side is pretty good too. I love all these little spooky silhouettes of people. Reminds me of like creepiness. In fact, you know, some of these remind me of the lemony snicket or whatever it's called. Some of them things. I can't see your comments as usual. It's just been an absolute pain for me. Let's see if I do that, if I can. There we go. Yeah, I just really making sure. Yeah. Do you know, there's only about 4. I'm trying to get some more because the pack sold really quickly, and there's only about 3 or 4 left on the site. I am trying to get a few more in, but yeah, there is only about 3 or 4 left. They really like flew out for me this time. This is another paper I love. It's a vintage music score, and I love anything music, script, all vintagey type looking. It's got some little cobwebs on it. On the back we've got a bit of a damask pattern. These are Echo Park, by the way. Let me tell you, did I? These last 2 were Authentique, which is a make that I love anyway, and this one's Echo Park one, which surprises me because Echo Park normally go for the bold, bright sort of patterns, but this was a nice one. Another one from that range from Echo Park, and this is a black lace with a purple flower. Another, I love black and purple, favourite. Also some alphas and some words, plenty of alphas on there and numbers, so all some spooky type letters and things. I'm sorry if that's glaring, it's these dark nights, you have to have the light on. And then we've got the Simple Stories papers. We've got some creepy twigs with a bit of script in the paper there. And this one's basically like a collage of all the papers with a sort of bit of a skull like stamp print thing going on there. I don't know if you can see this one, but it's like a black and purple flower, and one of my favourites, potion labels. Blind worm's sting, who knew? Yeah, wool of bat. Oh, fairy ink cap, isn't that a mushroom or something? Toadstool, yeah, I think it Yeah, so I can't even pronounce that. But it's, you know, it's got some of the script print and it's looking all vintage, and yeah, really love that one. When I've been through this, I'm going to try and show you that how I make a little spell book, just a mini one. Yeah, I didn't want to go for like Halloween in your face as much, although this really is. I wanted to try and make it a bit more universal, you know, hint of Halloween, if you like. So we've got a nice orange and black. It's actually a bat pattern. There's a bat in there, and then we've got some of the little journaling card type things where you can and that obviously goes with the potion paper and things. I know some of you don't like spiders. Sorry, Laura and Patch. So that's all the papers, and then I'm just quickly going to show you what I've got in here. Sorry for all the rustling. And basically, you get some of this, which is cheesecloth. And basically, you can stain it, you can dye it, you can spray it, and you can stick it underneath everything and make all your papers look spooky. I haven't done it yet. We're going to do this in another live. Hi Trish, the pack's available until they sell out. Like I said, there is only 3 or 4 on the site at the minute, but because they've gone so quickly, I'm trying to get some more of the products in so that I can restock on this one, because it has been really popular. So as well as a cheesecloth, you get some potion bottles, and because it's about potions, so we've got some little potion bottles. We've got some of these sort of filigree, coppery things, and again, I think I might have shown you these before on another live I did maybe. You can bend these quite easily, and they'll bend around your potion bottle. So you can glue that on there with some, I'm not sure which glue will work best, to be honest. I haven't tried, but I don't know if you can see that clearly. But that looks great on there, and it just bends round and fits on it. So you can have a go at that if you like. There's a key. There will be a key in your pack if there's a key missing. I didn't steal it. Keys and locks, they are my favourite. I didn't want to part with them, but I have, because it's Halloween. Some book corners, and I know some of you might not make books, but you can add these to the corners of, you know, some of the papers or whatever, and when you're layering onto scrapbook pages and stuff. I've got some little crystal ball type things. Some more flowers, some flat mulberry flowers. You'll probably find there's more, but these are good for going in between and making layers onto your projects. Some little, they look like quilling, is that what it's called? Yeah, they look like quilling, but they're plasticky, and you can pop a brad through the middle if you want to, but I thought they were kind of cute. And we've got some of these like ginghamy bows, and what I intended to do with these was to sort of vintage them up for the projects, you know, tear them up a bit, get your scissors on them and get some distress ink on them and make them look all vintage, because I like the grey gingham with all that. So that's a pack. I'm just going to grab it all and pop it to one side, and then I'm quickly going to show you how to make yourself a little spell book. And we're just going to pop all of this back into the box because I've got nowhere else to put it. So that's all the things you get, and of course you get the box to keep it in. That's all in there. So we're going to make a little spell book, and I've got all my equipment ready here. So you'll see we've got some bronze ink, and this is just a Hobbycraft one, and I've got a mini Tim Holtz Distress ink in brush corduroy. It's my favourite. This project will probably take maybe one piece of the paper in there, not even that probably. Out of the 2 or 3 papers I'm using, you could probably make 3 or 4 books. So you can make some scrapbook pages, and you can make books, or you can make a mini album. I think we've made, you know, from one kit we usually can make a good 3-4 projects. So, you know, there's plenty to make in there. I'm going to be using the lock out of the kit, which reminds me I need to plug my glue gun in while we're talking. And I'm not going to use the key yet. That's been on something else. I've got one of these which I wanted to put in the kit, but I can't find them anymore. So yeah, if anyone knows where these live, I couldn't find them, but they are like book panels or something. I don't even know what they're called, which is probably why I can't find them. And I've got a corner. I'll explain what they are later. I'm using some of the black lace paper and some of the music score one. So we need our book. Oh, we're also going to be using some black ribbon. Sorry guys, I just knocked the camera. So all I'm going to do is cover a teeny tiny book. First of all, we're going to make it have a fake spine, like a fake vintage type spine. I need some skinny tape for that, so I'll have it all the way over here. What time are we on? Yeah. Don't burn yourself, Jane. No! Oh yeah, thanks Laura. I just left the glue gun in a stupid place where I will burn myself, so thank you for that. Book plates. Is that what they call these? These are book plates. Yeah, I really like them. I'm having trouble tracking these ones down, because if you do crafting or scrapbooking or paper crafting, over the years you collect that much stuff that you sort of sit and look at and don't use, because you just want to keep it because it's pretty. You end up with things that you can't remember where you bought them from or what make they are, which is why I couldn't remember those. So I'm going to make this have a fake spine. By sticking these little bits of cardboard, and all I've done is cut a strip off an old Lego box. Everyone in our house loves Lego. So I'm just going to put that on there. And I'm going to stick them around the book like this. It'll still open. You just have to give it a bit of a bendy about a bit, but it does still open afterwards. Obviously, because we need to write in it. So I'm not being dead precise. I've not measured anything. It's going to look vintage anyway, so we don't want it to. See, and it's just going to open like this. It's fine. So then I'm going to cover this with double-sided tape, and we're going to squidgy it down, and we're going to use this boning thing, bone folder, that's it. I can never remember the name of this. It's like one of them things that always eludes me. So, there we go. And just screw it down like this. And if you've watched live that I've done before, it's pretty much the same as me. The way I do the letters to spines, the way we make those books up. We're just going to give this one a bit more of a vintage feel. Of course, it's going to stick to the side now. Just put that on there. So we're going to make sure that them bits of cardboard are pressed in. I can't tell whether my signal's good or not, so you know, I'll just keep going and hopefully at the end you can watch it all back if it's recorded properly, because I think it keeps stopping. It's crazy internet. I've changed it like twice, but it just never improves. So yeah, we're just doing this, so we make sure we cover it all so we don't have any bits that don't stick. And I'd say you could use glue, but I've never tried because it doesn't dry quick enough. Oh, thanks, Laura. Yeah, so, you know, I think if you use glue to do this, it could work, but I don't think it dries really quick enough. Now, I cut this piece before to use the stick on here. I just measured it like slightly bigger. Make sure you measure it slightly bigger. You can trim it off with a craft knife afterwards, because when you squash it in, it takes up a bit of the measurement. So just, I'm going to do this. And then we're going to just fold it all over like this. It's a bit big on the back. It's a bit big on the back, but we'll trim it off afterwards. So we're just folding this down. Hello, whoever's saying hello to me. I can't see who you are. It just says Facebook user. Yeah, so we're squashing it down, and I'm sorry if it keeps stopping. Crazy internet. So we're going to cut this extra little bit off and get it inked up. I'm just going to cut this bit off. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to trim this off by just using my craft knife down here. And then there we go. So I know that looks wonky, but we're going to be covering the edge of this up anyway, so it's all good. It's all good. Facebook told you to say hello. That's good, isn't it? It sometimes tells me the weather, but it's never. It's probably never right. So I've done that on there. We're going to vintage that up in a minute. I'm going to rough the edges up as well. I'm just going to use the edge of my knife. You can use scissors or one of those distressing tools, but I've left mine in the other room, so I'm just going to do it like this at the moment and distress it. I'm then going to add some ribbon so we can tie the book up a bit. And I'm going to use my new scissors that are for ribbon and not for sticky things. We're just going to stick these on here. Yeah, I'm using some of the contents of the pickle pack, the papers that I'm going to be using to cover it in a second. So I'm going to use this, and we're going to just take it up and slightly over the edge of that. I'm going to stick some double-sided on here. Oh, thanks, Christine. So this is just, I suppose, what you call an altered book. You can alter lots of things, but I'm going to put this on here, then I'm going to cut it from the other side, so make sure I get it where I want it. So I am now going to cut it out. I don't want to get my big head in the camera. And I'll literally just cut around the edges of the book. It doesn't matter if they're rough, because we're gonna rough the edges up anyway. So we've covered that, and I've roughed the edges up there. Now I'm gonna distress it. Yeah, the books are really pretty, I know. I always want to keep them, but then I think, well, it's I want to make something out of them as well. So I'm just going to rough up the spine a bit. And make the I'm going to vintage it up. The vintage, that's what I was going to call it, vintage. Now this is just one of them. I should be using a blending tool, but again I've left that in the other room. Not very prepared today, am I? And by just taking this over, I know that you may think, well, that looks a bit messy, but it's supposed to be vintage. I'm all about the vintage. So yeah, that's just a Hobbycraft one, and some Tim Holtz Distress ink to blend it in. I'm going to stick this on the back of here so we can tie it up. It gets a bit, can be a bit springy. So I'm going to just tie this into a bow. There. And then we're going to put the plate and the locks and things on. That's better. So this comes with some brads, and you could pop them through the paper and attach it, but I didn't want to today. I wanted to glue that straight on. So I'm just going to get a piece of black card to fill in the middle bit there. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. Sorry, I'm just reading your comments. I make it look easy. I've made loads now, really loads, so, you know, try it, because it's, it is easy. Just try it. You don't have to be dead precise with everything, just wing it. Laura, just try it. Anyone can make them, it's not hard. Yeah, there's a tutorial on YouTube, is there? I forgot about that. A craft along. We've thought about that. We've thought about doing a craft along. I'm not sure. I didn't know if people would want to do one. Do you want to do a craft along? Oops, left my mouse in the way there, can't see anything. Yeah, they're really easy to make. Just try it. So I'm going to pop that into there. And that's going to be there. I wanted to put like 666 on there. So a bit of tape to hold this in place. Everyone has their own way of crafting. I think we pick things up and learn things from other crafters all the time. There's some people that I love to watch as well, crafting. As long as you're having fun, like Christine says, then yeah, there's no problem. Right, so I'm gonna hot glue this on just to make sure everything stays put. I'm also not going to burn myself with the hot glue. Ouch. There we go. So yeah, hot glue this on. There we go. Now we have a lock. To go on here, but I'm going to also attach this to some black paper because I like it to see the lock through the other side. So I'm just going to hot glue this. You can use some other glue that works with metal. I'm just impatient and like the hot glue to stick straight away. The Letters 2 books, I did the tutorial for that in a live, and I haven't found a way yet of getting to save the lives so that I can put them onto YouTube. I believe there is a way of doing it, but you can look through the videos on here and there'll be some on here. So I'm just going to stick that lock onto there. Ooh, that was hot and burnt my finger. Then what else have I got? I'm going to get some little bits of this and make it look distressed around here. So again, you can use a blending tool. I left mine somewhere, so I can't find it now. I'm such a messy crafter. It's unreal. Anyway, I might glue that onto there, then it'll be better. Where's the glue gone? I would glue it on if I hadn't have lost the glue. Bum, bum, bum. Always prepared, me. let's just use some double-sided tape because that's all I have. I had the glue earlier. Oh, I found it. It's in with the sprays and things. Now, how do I get so messy when I do that? I get ink everywhere. I've got ink everywhere, sort of. So, I'm gonna... Yes, I use a paintbrush. This glue dries really clear and you can't see it. So I'm gonna just go over the top of it, because when it's dry you won't see that, but it'll all be stuck down and no frilly edges. That's better. You can see it. And then I want a little bit for the... I want a little bit in the corner, I think, maybe. Maybe a little bit in the corner? No, maybe not. I change my mind a lot. I like a little bit in that corner, so... A bit above. Mod Podge, yeah. I'm not up on glues, because I don't really use a lot of glue. I've started to get into trying different ones now, and I've got this tacky glue, which I quite like. I've got some what's it called? Fabri-Tac, something like that. I've got some of that to try as well. I don't know what the difference of Mod Podge is to just normal glue, because it's quite an expensive glue. So does it, because I think these are probably like £1. So what's the difference from this, you know, the Mod Podge range? Does it have some extra benefits? I'm interested because I'm not a glue person. So I'm just going to stick this in here so it looks like it's off the book. And then of course we need some flowers and things to go on here too. And you see I've barely used any paper. I don't know whether to put that on or not. It's kinda, might be too much on the book. I don't know. Did it go under there? Go on there? Oh no, I quite like that. Okay, we'll do that. So yeah, it's just a matter of making everything look a bit aged. I'm going to stick that on there. And I'm going to, you can save video, go to top right of the section. Christine, will that save so that I can put it onto YouTube? Or will that just save it to my Facebook? See, that's my thing. I do a live onto here, and then I can't put it on Facebook. I can't put it on YouTube. So, okay, I've got far too much glue here. Told you it didn't work with glue well. But that'll dry and it'll be all clear and all right. See? Messy. Mod Podge's various finishes, and it's good for applying under. Oh right, yeah. Gloss and matte. Okay. Glow in the dark, wow. You see, I don't want everyone to see the glue. So, I don't know. Anyway, so that's that bit there. We've done that. So I'm trying to be tidy. It doesn't happen often. We've used a little bit of that, and we're going to add some flowers now, and maybe something sticky in there. So I'm just going to grab, sorry, with the camera again. Okay. I'll have to have a mess with that later and see if we can whip the video off here onto YouTube. It would be a handy gadget if they let you do that. I have a feeling, though, knowing Facebook, they don't. So now we're going to add some flowers. No. I'm just going to nick some flowers out of my stash rather than the kit, but you know. And we might try and make these a bit vintagey with the ink. So, I don't know where I put them. I've got some small black flowers somewhere. So we just want to add some little flower detail, maybe, and of course you can use yeah, I'd love to get more mixed media products. I'd love to get more mixed media products into the packs. I'm just trying to sort of pin down some good ranges that will still keep the price of the pack and all the papers, because I love the papers. I think that that's what people might want. And I love all the different textures, the metals, the bits of fabric and ribbon and trim. I like to add all them elements to whatever I'm making. So there we have it, and you could, you know, mess about with it, add more details, add more trim, put a key on it. I'm saving my key. I've never tried that napkin decoupage, and maybe that's something we should try one time. But that's it. That's a vintage book, and you can make this with what's in the kit. I'll be coming back with another live and showing you some other things to be made with the kit next week, probably. If there's any kits left, there's only 3 or 4 left on the site, so I'm trying to get more stock in because I absolutely flew out. But if I can't manage that, then unfortunately we'll have to wait till the next kit arrives. But yeah, I'll be popping on and making a few different things in the meantime. Just reading through the comments. Lots of feedback has been from scrapbookers thinking value paper. Yeah, I have to be, sounds a bit cheesy, but I have to be true to what I want out of a pack. And I love vintage. I love the vintage sort of grungy, and I love the mixed media element, but the paper is the main thing for me. I love paper. I love the different designs that are out there, and there's so many really good makes and brands. I try and combine 2 or 3 different ones that are going to match well together, basically. I want to add more mixed media. Maybe, yeah. Would people be interested in receiving mixed media box? If it was something that people wanted, so it was like sort of an extra box where you could buy basics of mixed media, then we could certainly look into that. Okay, so I've been prattling on now for too long. This was the box. This was a book made with some of the supplies from our latest pack, Spells and Potions. The link to the pack is in the comments. And I'm just going to check for you how many are left. Yep, there's 4 left in stock. So yeah, they've really gone out quickly this time, but there's still 4 there, so grab them while you can. Thanks everyone for watching. See you all soon.